This is a recording that I want to share with the couples that I'm working with. And it's actually applicable to family members. And it has to do with the steps necessary to have a quality conversation about something where there might be differences or there are differences. And so these are the steps necessary to make sure that conversation goes well. Step number one, both of you, both parties are well resourced. You don't come into the meeting tired, angry, frustrated, agitated, focused on something else, but instead you're both well rested, in a fairly good state of consciousness. The state of your being is good, and you really have the ability and capability to listen and to connect and to have an open heart and an open mind. If one of you is not centered, you do not go into the conversation, but you work on getting centered. You work on getting better resourced. And sometimes it's, putting it off until tomorrow, or it's having a nap, or it's having something to eat first. So make sure that you're well resourced before engaging. And the more difficult the conversation might be, the more essential it is that you're both well resourced. And the litmus test before you start. Do I genuinely care about the other person's feelings and needs? If you really don't, if you're just coming into it wanting to get your way or wanting to be understood without wanting to understand the other, that's not healthy. That's not going to be good. So you've got to do whatever self-reflection and homework within to make sure, okay, I really do want to care about their feelings and needs. I really do want to hear them. Ideally, both of you are as willing to hear the other as you want to be heard. Okay, so that's like all the homework and all the prep work first. Second thing is to remember the most important thing is to be connected and to stay connected. The purpose is not to get your way. The purpose is to be connected, stay connected. And we are connected when we understand each other. Inevitably, on any conversation that's difficult or challenging, you both want to be understood. And so, again, we approach it with the desire to understand and to be understood and to stay connected. So it's helpful to kind of ask upfront before we move forward with the conversation, how well connected do we feel? On a scale of 1 to 10, are we at least at a 6 or a 7? It's got to be higher than 5 on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being 0, or, being poor, 10 being fabulous. How is the quality of a connection? And if it's low, if it's 3, 4 for somebody or lower, then we have to work on the connection, work on reminding each other that I love you, appreciating each other, giving appreciations, giving acknowledgements, holding each other, eye gazing, steps to come back into connection before having the difficult conversation. All right, let's assume that you're well connected, you are both centered, you're both willing to hear each other. Then the next thing to do is to establish we're not making a decision right away. We're not making a decision right now. We are going to understand each other first. And then once we have it, my dog is, it's Jasmine Bear saying, Dad, what about me? So that's what I was reaching over for. Make sure that it's safe to explore different options, to explore what he or she wants. What would it, and then as you're exploring it, what would it feel like to do what the other one wants, or to understand the other one? What would you need in order for it to work for both parties? And explore the different possibilities without getting into a power struggle right away of choosing one or the other. Sometimes it's really healthy. I love couples that can flip. So let's say he really wants this and she really wants this, and they're different. Then switch roles and present why the other person's thing would be great, would be what you would like. It's couples that can do that, that's really healthy, right? Because again, the point is going beyond right and wrong, going beyond getting our way, and really dropping into understanding of each other. Okay. And then keep checking in. How well connected do you feel? I'm at a 7 still. Great. Oh, well connected. Oh, you lost me on that, Lois. I'm down to a 3. Come back to connection. Come back to connection. Come back to connection. Again, remember, the purpose is not for anyone to be right or wrong. It's not for one person to be good or bad. The purpose is to understand each other, to connect, and to grow your friendship or to grow your love relationship deeper by partnering together to find a solution that's sustainable. And when you finally are making a decision, finding a solution, it needs to be something that both of you can live with without resentment. And if it's still at a place where one of you would be resentful of the choice, you need to keep talking it through, looking at other alternatives, looking at what each of you would need to make a holistic, sustainable solution work, where you both feel connected as you make that decision, and there's not going to be any resentment. So those are the little tips of how to manage things when I'm not there. And how to manage conversations about differences. Thanks for watching. And you can do this.